Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm so glad you came back to join me again today. Today is all about cleaning your brushes. So, have you ever had this happen to you? When you go to pick up a brush, it's as hard as a rock because somebody forgot to clean it out. Well, it happened to me just the other day and I thought, wow, I've really got to do a tutorial on this. So anyway, well, let's go ahead and find out how to clean brushes, how to save them for a long, long time. Well, needless to say, I was a little bit upset with myself when I discovered that I had left paint on my brush, because usually I'm very good about not doing that. But anyway, I did a tutorial on this called Tips and Tricks in a previous video, and I showed how to clean some brushes, but I found even a quicker way, which I liked. So this is just Easy Off Oven Cleaner. Shake. And if you're sensitive to chemical, please wear gloves and or a mask if you need to. But all I'm doing is spraying a little bit of this oven cleaner into the bottom of this little dish here. And take my brush, and all I'm doing is I'm going to go into this oven cleaner and start tapping. And this will take just a couple seconds. You can see that color already, it's starting to come off. Can you see that? It's turning green, which is the color I left in my brushes. Okay, so I'm tapping, 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 and you can feel it. You can feel it loosen up. And the bristles will start separating and it'll get softer and softer and softer. And after a couple seconds, take a paper towel and just go ahead and squeeze out some of that paint. You can see it just comes off quite a bit. And dip in again. And what you want to do is be sure and get that down into this furrow area, because that's where the paint will accumulate and ruin your brushes. So press down fairly firmly. Twist the brush a little bit. Make sure you're getting that all loosened up from the ferrule. Okay, and then this doesn't even take, I don't think, even a minute to do this. And then go ahead and squeeze out the excess. Okay, and now, excuse me just a second, I'll be right back, because I'm just going to put this under soap and water, and that will clean out all the chemical. Okay, I'm back. I just have here just soap and water, and I'm just going back and forth, just making sure I get all the chemical out of the brush. You can feel it when it comes out. It'll be, your brush will feel like a natural bristle again. So just go ahead and do that back and forth, and I'll be right back now. I'm just going to rinse it in water. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, it's all clean, it's all pretty again, it's like new bristles. And if it starts to spread out really bad, this one will spread anyway because it's just a really old brush. But if yours is a newer brush and the bristles, because it's a natural hair, if it starts to spread out, just get a little paper towel like so and just fold it over. Whoops, let's go. Okay, just fold it over again, so you're making kind of a little package, and then making sure that you don't bend the tips. Just fold the paper and set it down and just leave it dry overnight. And next day, it'll be as good as new again. Now bear in mind that this is only for oil paint. Do not do this with acrylic because it won't work. This only works for oil paint. So I would like you to take a look at these brushes and tell me what you see. Do you see a difference in them? Well, these two are really kind of spread out. These two come to a beautiful tapered edge. These two are good for nothing but scrub brushes. See, I even have on here scrub. If you just want to fill your canvas with paint, you're not worried about it, that's the brush to use, because that one you can just destroy. It's really good for nothing else. A good floral brush has a beautiful tapered edge, and you can feel it. If you rub your fingers across there, you can feel first a little bulge, and then it just fades into nothing. That's a perfect floral brush, and that's what you want to use for your floral. If you want beautiful flowers and leaves, you have to have really good brushes. Don't try and use something like this, because it will not work. So, like I said before, these brushes are just extremely expensive. And so you want to take as good a care of them as you can. So this is how I clean my brushes, and this may be right, it may be wrong, I don't know. It's just what I do, and I'm sharing it with you. So the first thing I do, now this has paint on it. This is thinner. It's old thinner. I mean, I've used it over and over and over, but I just recycle my thinner. I'm pretty good at recycling just about everything. So first thing I want to do is wipe off the brush really well. Get all the excess paint, just squeeze from the ferrule here down, but don't pull on it because that will loosen it. You just want to kind of push that paint out to the end, if you can see that. Okay, then I dip into my thinner, and with this cover, all I do is just take and squish it. Now this will get a lot of the excess out. And just work that brush back and forth. And then go ahead and squeeze it again. Get as much of that thinner out as you can. Then I dip in one more time, and I'll do this 2 or 3 times, however long it takes. Can you see how that is pretty clean compared to when I first started? So just work it, press gently but firmly down. You want to get all that paint out of the furrow. That's the critical part. If that paint dries in the furrow, your brushes are ruined. Okay, so then again, I squeeze it out. So it's getting very, very pale. Let's get a new napkin here. I'm going to wipe this out so I can see what color it is. One more time into the thinner. And I don't see anything coming out. So that brush, I would say, is pretty clean. But that's not the last step. The very last step is this, which is just baby oil. And once this is dry here, I will take and I see this little thing I have on the bottom. It's just a little grate. You can get them at the craft stores or something similar to it. And I will just gently, twisting and turning the brush, make sure that all that paint is out of the furrow. Just gently press, press, press. And I even get in there with my fingers and squeeze. It's just baby oil, so it's not going to hurt you. And I don't see any paint at all coming out. Sometimes I do. Once in a while I do. And if you look at this, at the bottom here, that's all paint sediment that settles. It's really interesting because the oil just filters the sediment out. It just drops to the bottom and stays there, and your oil stays nice and clean all the time. So anyway, dip, squeeze. See, I don't see, let's get another clean one. Squeeze. I don't see anything coming out. So I would say that is a nice clean brush. Not only that, now it's going to stay moisturized, And if there is paint in the furrow, it won't dry in there because of the oil. It'll keep it moist. So that's just what I do. You can try it, see if you like it. Well, I hope you learned something about cleaning brushes today. There are a ton of methods to clean brushes, and if you just look at YouTube, you'll find all kinds of tutorials out there that'll teach you how to do it and their method. This is just my method. It works for me. I love it. I've kept my brushes really in good shape for years and years. So if you incorporate my method, that's wonderful. And if you don't, that's okay too. So anyway, well, please subscribe if you like my channel, and I'm just wishing you all the best today and every day. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.